Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the Audi Q8 e-tron. Rather, these are the Audi Q8 e-trons because this is the sportback, this is the SUV, and pardon for all the noise because someone is trying to land an aircraft and that is a huge one because that one actually belongs to DHL. Can you guess which is exactly that aircraft model? Oh my god, it looks so freaking beautiful. My cargo is inside that, so I'm just waiting for it to land so then I can leave. Anyways, coming to both these cars, they look identical. The design is very much similar, but a few things have changed. I mean, both the cars look very similar. Obviously, this has the blackish treatment or what is known as the black pack. So the logo is finished in black. This one has a silver finishing for the logo, and obviously at the side, you'll notice that this is a regular SUV. That is the coupe model. So it has a sloping roofline. So this is more practical because it definitely has more space at the rear. At least headroom is way better. And this one has got brown colored seats. Okay, John Cena sitting there with the seatbelt on. Brown seats look quite nice. In fact, I definitely like brown colored interiors because I feel they suit Indian conditions better. They don't look as bland. Boot is bigger here. So 528 liters. I think this is bigger by 77 liters because obviously it's not sloping here. So let's just shut this. Otherwise, both the cars are identical. They are very similar. There's nothing to differentiate them. But somehow, this car has some features which this car does not. So this car needs to leave now because you don't have massage function. Why is that? Coming to the Q8 Sportback, which is basically the coupe version of the Q8 e-tron. By the way, the Q8 e-tron has nothing to do with the Q8 petrol model because this is an entirely different car altogether. In terms of size, it is smaller in all dimensions when compared to the Q8, the one with the petrol engine. This is the key of the vehicle, the regular Audi key. This is to lock the car, this is to open the boot of the vehicle, and this is to unlock the car. And this is the Audi logo right there. I think we need a more premium key. What they have done is, they have made certain changes to the grille. So the grille has a different design. And this is the 2D Audi logo. Yeah, this is not 3D. So it has a glass on which it has been put. They obviously do connected tail lights, so now they have done connected headlights as well with this light bar in the center. Dynamic swipe indicators. These are digital matrix lights with 1.3 million micro mirrors on the inside, which obviously have great illumination. Yeah, lights are beautiful. This is very much functional. Yeah, this is functional for better aero bits. Headlamp washer is there. Blackened out treatment there. Says e-tron here on the front parking camera as well. And like I already told you, this being the Sportback is actually better than the SUV because it's more aerodynamic, which means it's faster, it's more efficient, has a higher range as well, but slightly more expensive, 2-3 lakhs more. Let's open the frunk, and here we have got 62 liter storage, which is useless because the charging cable has been put in right here. This is actually a 22 kilowatt charger, which actually charges the car from 10 to 80% in like 45 minutes, 4.5 hours. I got a little confused. No insulation there, orange cabling, battery management system, and again you're making so much sound, Indigo Airlines. Come on, land quickly so I can continue my video. Jokes aside, let's just shut this. Obviously gas struts here. I can do this all day long looking at aircrafts landing right in front of me. So you've got front parking sensors. Yeah, sensor there, sensor. I mean, it's there in multiple places because this car actually has self-park as well. From the side, it looks sportier because of the sloping roof line, and it gets something known as aero wheels. These are diamond cut. I honestly don't like the design of the wheels. They look kind of bland. 255 50/20 is the size of the tires. Red colored brake calipers. I don't know why the Audi logo is not there. And these are Bridgestone tires. Why am I telling you the brand of the tires? Because the spare wheel is another company. Air suspension, of course. In the start, if you had noticed, one of the cars was raised, the SUV was raised, this is put down. You can increase or decrease the ride height by 50 mm. So 176 mm is the ride height of this car. Audi gives charging port on both the sides. So I have to press this button and there it will not open because the car is turned on at the moment. So car auto turns off after some time, then we'll open it. There you get a camera, of course. In fact, at night, it projects e-tron on the road. Somewhere here, it projects it. So that's kind of cool. And obviously, it's got soft closed door function. There, it pulls it inside to shut it. Audi Q8 Sportback e-tron Quattro, written right there. I don't think this is functional. Shark fin antenna, of course. The sunroof is, at least for me, it's small. For a panoramic roof, it could have been bigger. But then some compromise has to be made with a sloping roofline, right? People are actually preferring the Sportback over the SUV, which is kind of surprising. Request sensors are there on all the doors, which is fantastic. Now, the car has shut. I can feel that. So here we are going to open this port. There it opens. This is only for AC charging. The left one is for AC charging. The right one is for DC charging as well. And coming to the rear of the car, I love the way the lights have been done. Obviously connected lights and blackened Audi logo. No rear wiper washer on this particular variant. High mounted stop lamp, of course. And if you notice one thing, it says Q8 now. Yeah, earlier it was just the e-tron, and there's another aircraft which is landing. So yeah, I'm enjoying myself today. There is obviously a towing hook here, and this is the reflector. You get multiple parking sensors. Rear camera actually has the spray function as well. Let's open the boot, which means that I have to actually press it like this. There it opens. It's obviously a powered tailgate. It is 528 liters, so smaller when compared to the SUV version, and you get the first aid kit right there. Let's actually open the under tray. There's some storage here. If you notice, tire size is 185/70/19. Tire brand is Redistin. I can't even pronounce that. That's funny. 12-volt charging socket has been given. Some net and all that has been given. Light is there on both the sides, which makes it quite practical. This is a parcel shelf, and there's one here also to block the heat. In fact, it's made in Hungary. Thank you so much for telling me that. Light placement here on the top. Car logo here. I don't know why. And obviously powered. I press a button and there it shuts. Let's get to the rear. Before that, I have to turn on the car because the car keeps turning off. Yeah, they just want to conserve energy all the time. So I press a button here and obviously the charging port opens. Now this also supports DC charging. So yeah, it can charge up to 170 kilowatt now, which means that it can charge from 10 to 80% in just 31 minutes. So what you're going to do is we're going to turn on the car. Notice one thing, when I turn on the car, firstly I need to keep the key outside and press the brakes, and you will notice as soon as I do that, yeah, the welcome sound comes, the steering moves, the seat also moves ahead and all that. So all those funky things have been given to. Let me show you the dynamic swipe indicators at the rear. So Audi's doing fantastic in terms of the tech they put in their car. Over here, we obviously get sun blinds, which are manual. Beautiful treatment. This is for ambient lighting and a double stitching. Door pockets are big enough. Nice design, yeah, and amazing quality. I'm really impressed by the quality of the vehicle. There you get black seats here, white stitching, proper headrest for everybody right there. And once you get inside, you realize there's good amount of legroom and knee room. Yeah, that is good. Under thigh support is okay, not that great. This is scooped out, not in the center because obviously your knees are here. Nothing in the center. There is a magazine holder right here. Height adjustable seat belts. Meanwhile, that flight is landing now. Oh my god, this is a busy airport. 4-zone climate control, air conditioning system, 2 USB-C charging sockets, a cigarette lighter has been given as well. But this center console goes all the way behind. Yeah, it protrudes all the way behind, because of which a center passenger is not welcome, although he has a head, because there's a proper headrest, and there are cup holders in the center armrest as well. So there you can open them, and there's some storage space here as well, which is kind of nice. Light placement here on the top. You can keep stuff here, which is not advisable because obviously the driver cannot see much. Headroom is adequate in spite of the fact that this is actually a sloping roofline, but they've actually scooped this out so that there is adequate headroom. Hook, handle, and the dashboard design looks very similar to what was before, but this one has all black interiors. The one I was showing you earlier, the SUV, that has different kind of interiors. Bang & Olufsen, it has got, I think, a 16 speaker 705 watt output, and audio system is obviously fantastic. That's something you would expect from Audi. Let's quickly look at the underbody. It also has a 15-channel amplifier. There is the underbody. By the way, this is not a born electric platform. No. Request sensor on the side. Like I was telling you, this car actually has got self-park and all that. Rear tire size is the same as the front. Red colored brake calipers here as well. There's this reflector treatment here. Nice white stitching to open the boot of the vehicle. This is for the memory function. You can save up to 2 people settings. Unlock the car, lock the car. Nice switches, controls for the outside rear view mirror adjustment. This does not illuminate, okay, and this is 12-way adjust, 4-way for lumbar as well, and this is for the massage. When you press this button, massage activates, so you have to actually do it from the screen. Then some details here, I think, for tire pressure monitoring, and there you get a proper dead pedal. This is to open the hood of the vehicle. There is a secret storage space in all Audi cars, so there is the one. These are the controls for the lights. This is for the rear fog, this is for the front lights, and this is for the auto function as well. Get this aluminium finish, which is quite premium, and I will just press a button and then you will see that the seat is actually moving. So is the steering wheel, and then you will never have to worry about under thigh support because that will also extend. So there the seat is going back, under thigh support will retract, I mean it will come out, and there it is extending. So yes, that's quite nice. Seats are really nice and comfortable. In fact, it also has illumination around the seat belt buckle. That's crazy attention to detail. So storage space here, because it's not born electric, it doesn't have too much space as such. And the rest of the things are very similar to what we have seen in other Audi cars. No effort needed because soft close door function. Okay, I have to at least close it a bit, and there it pulls it inside to shut it. Firstly, let's turn off the air conditioning. It's quite a chiller. Let's continue as guest. Glove box is lockable. It is big enough, but beautiful finishing. Pen holder has been given as well. And the manual is also quite big. So let's see how many pages is it. You have to read 335 pages to really understand this car. Tough job if you ask me. So much space here. This is actually the wireless charging pad. So Audi calls it the Audi phone box. I don't know why. Cigarette lighter has been placed here. Some storage space. These are actually cup holders. So you have to pull them out. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to operate. There it is. So yeah, cup holders have been given, which is quite nice. And you can shut this as well. So again, very premium in that regard. Meanwhile, I love this aluminium finish. I love the fact it says e-tron, otherwise I would have mistaken it for some other car, obviously. Here you get a mirror along with a light. Same is the case here as well, mirror along with a light. And you get a handle to hold on to on the driver's side as well. This is, I think, to defog the mirror. Audi's virtual cockpit looks as good as ever. This is obviously for the cruise control. Usually it is on the steering wheel, but Audi gives a separate lever for the same. Electric adjust for the steering wheel. These are actually controls for the virtual cockpit. These are the controls for the audio system, and automatic lights, automatic wipers. Everything has to be automatic. This is Audi's flagship SUV. But where is the heads-up display? I think that is optional. Auto-dimming mirror, which is frameless. Let's open the sun blind first. So yeah, it could have been a little bigger, the sunroof. It's not that big, and it takes its own sweet time to open. You've got lights on the top, so you just click them like this to operate it. Let's open the sunroof now, and there it is opening. It does open decently big. So yeah, brings in a lot of airy feeling, especially, that's it. It doesn't open any further, especially for a cabin which is finished in all black. Quite nice. And I love the quality. Yeah, quality is exceptional, like leather treatment, soft materials and all. Only lower down hard plastics have been given. So yes, very similar to other Audi cars. Here we've got storage space where there is actually an ashtray. Yeah, wrong location for the ashtray. Again, this is beautifully lined on the inside. Two USB-C charging sockets have been given here. So plenty of charging options in this car. And this is an 8.6 inch screen. This is a 10.1 inch screen. I think that is a 12.3 inch screen. So a lot of screens, but very intuitive and easy to use in this car. So this is the electric parking brake. This is the gas selector. So it's very nice to operate. I really like it. Yeah. And you can keep your hand on this leather. Some physical button. This is for volume and going on to the next track. This is for the parking camera, parking sensors, and this is for the drive mode. I think, let's get into that. I think this is for the ADAS functions. It doesn't really have anything, so it's not really activating. It has got lane departure and lane assist, but doesn't have forward collision warning. Engine start button, but there is no engine, so it is vehicle start button. Air conditioning is 4-zone, like I already told you. Air conditioning is a chiller, so downhill assist, self park, and this is for the charging. This is for the screen. Press this button, you can get into more menus. So yes, here you can browse through a lot of information. I've turned on the air conditioning. You have ventilation, you have got heating. Yeah, that is also given for both the front seats, of course. So what I need to do, I need to press this button, and then I can actually get into the perfume. The car has inbuilt perfume. Here, let me check what perfume. Winter and summer, and 4 intensities: subtle, low, medium and high. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah, crazy kind of features Audi is giving in its cars. So I definitely like it. Let's turn off the air conditioning. So that is one screen. There's the other screen, which obviously is fantastic to use. It is the same as other Audi cars, of course. So we get into car because we can get into ambient lighting, lights and vision, and it has got 30 colors for the ambient lighting. Here you have to get into individual, but it's a little cumbersome to use. So you have to keep going into menus and sub menus, and then you can change it for the surface, and then you can change it for the contours and all. Yeah, it could have been better. Like, I just want to change the colors. Why you have to make me go through multiple menus? I don't understand. You can get into seats to adjust the seat exactly how you want. Yeah, that is also a cool thing. Now I'm going to press this button, and there, massage. So there are multiple massage modes as well, and then you can change the intensity. So I am just going to turn off the massage. There are 3 intensities for the massage and seat adjustment and all. So yes, it's quite loaded. Fantastic, right? And obviously it has got a fantastic audio system. So let's listen to an audio right away. Audio quality is just fantastic. absolutely amazing audio quality in this car. Let's get into navigation because it's got inbuilt navigation, 3D maps and all. Beautiful display and brightness, and then Audi virtual cockpit, and there are 3 modes. Classic, notice this, okay, this is the sport one. In classic it changes very minorly, okay, very little change happening there. So let's actually get into the e-tron one, and there you can see that is how it is. And then I can change stuff here as well. The car there is not the e-tron for sure. We're going to put it into sport right now. So here I press the view button on the steering wheel and it changes there. It's quite nice actually. Another aircraft is landing. I'm having a field day honestly. So this is also easy to operate because you can browse through like this, plenty of information, the usual bits which Audi shows, and then I can obviously browse through plenty of information like a map, what is the audio, and obviously various data as well. So it's kind of easy to operate, which I will definitely give Audi. But how is the camera in this car? Rather, how are the cameras? Because it's got so many cameras. So here it is. This is the rear camera with adaptive guidelines. As soon as I got into reverse, the mirror tilted, of course, and self park is obviously there, so I can do that as well. I can come into 3D view, which is really very nice. Look at the 3D view, yeah, phenomenal. It's okay. I'm in reverse, it's showing me that. I turn on the indicator, it shows me that, but obviously not showing me dynamic swipe. But that is the level of attention to detail it has. So I love the camera quality. The bird's eye view is just phenomenal. So very loaded a car with plenty of features, because obviously it is the flagship Audi. But does it drive the same as before? I'm afraid it does. Let's start driving right away. Alright, it's time to drive, which means first and foremost, let's turn off the air conditioning of the vehicle. We are straight away going to get into dynamic mode. So ride height will be the lowest. In fact, it reduces the ride height at high speeds, which we'll talk about in a bit. We get into drive mode. We turn off traction control as well. ESC Sport. I keep it pressed and it completely turns off as well. There's nothing here that I need to put because there's no interesting sport displays or anything of that sort. Okay, pre-sensors deactivated. This guy's got 8 airbags, it's got ISOFIX child seat mount, it's got a tire pressure monitor, it's got all of that. Hazard lights off, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. We are in sport mode. For the gearbox has a sport mode, I don't know. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, 50% it's saying there, and off we go. That is 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, which comes in quite quick because this car is now 0.1 second faster because it's more aero efficient. CD value is reduced from 0.26 to 0.24 on the Sportback. So yeah, that is a very good thing indeed. So yeah, it actually feels more sprightly to drive because they have managed to refine stuff here, and that definitely reflects in the way the car performs. And it's saying automatic recuperation unavailable because we are in dynamic mode, that is, so such things also happen. Now let's quickly take a U-turn, which isn't difficult because the steering is very light. In fact, they worked on the steering wheel as well to make it better than before, more responsive. But the biggest change happens to be that the battery pack is now bigger in this car. So I'm just going to do 3D view right now because obviously it looks super cool. Look at that. Isn't that amazing, the vehicle in motion? So in terms of the battery pack, it has become bigger. So they have 2 variants, 50 and 55, and they have a Q8, which is not coming to India, sadly. The 50 actually had a 71 kilowatt hour battery pack, but we are right now driving the 55, which obviously has the bigger battery pack. Aircraft landing there, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, and off we go! If you notice, water actually comes out from the wiper in itself, you know, so that's very nicely done. So earlier 50 had a 71 kilowatt hour battery, 55 had a 95 kilowatt hour battery. Now the 50 has a 95 kilowatt hour battery and the 55 has a bigger 114 kilowatt hour battery pack with a net output of 106 kilowatt hour, resulting in an increased range. So on the Sportback, the range has increased from 446 kilometers on 100% charge to 600 kilometers. So that's an increase of 155 kilometers, 154 kilometers actually, which is quite a lot. So they have done the right thing of increasing the range of this vehicle because range is all that matters in an electric vehicle. It says 407 kilometers right now the range. Let's see where the range lands up after this drive, after some spirited driving. So yes, improved range in this vehicle, which is really very nice. And they had to obviously improve the aerodynamics as well, along with increasing the size of the battery pack to get to that bigger range. And you know what? The motor is the same. So it's a dual motor setup, obviously, because it's an SUV. So it has to have power on both the front and rear wheels, but it's more rear bias. So it actually only activates the rear motor most of the times. Only when you need more power and performance, then it activates the front motor. So 408 horsepower, that's quite nice. and 664 Newton meters of torque. Again, very nice, but something you will not get because that's only when you drive the car in boost mode, and boost mode is not available throughout. In regular drive mode now, the output is 360 horsepower. Yeah, so both power and torque output reduces. Torque output reduces to 561 Newton meters. Yeah, 561 Newton meters of torque when you drive it in regular drive mode. Let's take a quick U-turn. Okay, maneuverability is good. Steering actually feels so much better now. Centers also, obviously it has to. So why have they not made changes to the motor? Because they really did not need to. It's peppy enough. Performance is nice. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.6 seconds. Earlier it was in 5.7 seconds. Why is this guy driving in the center? I don't know. So this has got Audi Presense Basic, which means lane departure warning, lane keep assist. There is no forward collision warning. There is no automatic emergency braking either. And in terms of the power split, so obviously it does not produce 408 horsepower on across the wheels because the front motor has a different amount of output. In fact, okay, there's a big bump, like I don't know, such a smooth road, and all of a sudden I see craters on the road. I don't know from where they come. So the front motor is producing 184 horsepower and the rear motor is producing 224 horsepower under boost mode. Under regular drive mode, 170 horsepower for the front motor and 190 horsepower for the rear motor, for a combined output of 360 horsepower with a top speed of 209 kilometers per hour, which is okay because electric cars don't really go that fast. If you want more speed, there's an Q8 which is not coming to India, 500 horsepower, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, 1.1 seconds faster. It goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.5 seconds, which is blisteringly quick. Yeah, that is very, very, very quick. So basically, under boost mode, power increases by 48 horsepower and the torque increases by 103 Newton meters, resulting in peppy performance. It has got 7 drive modes. Technically, it has got 8 drive modes, so we are just going to browse through them. So obviously, there's a dynamic drive mode, there's auto, there's comfort, there's efficiency, there's all-road, there's off-road as well. And with off-road, obviously, the ride height increases. There's a range mode, which actually limits the speed to 90 kilometers per hour. Yeah, 90 kilometers per hour in range mode. So it's gone into range mode right now. It's kind of disappointing because I hate range mode. 90 kilometers per hour top speed is really less. So we're just going to get into dynamic mode. Range mode is something when you really need that extra range. So what it will do, it will turn off the air conditioning and it will just become more efficient so that you can reach a charging port. So that also happens in this car. So they have thought through a lot of things here, which naturally they had to. In terms of charging time, it charges from 10 to 80% using a 170 kilowatt DC fast charger in 31 minutes. Earlier, it used to charge at a top speed of 150 kilowatts. So that has also increased. So a lot of changes have been done here and there just to make this car better in terms of aesthetics, in terms of design. In terms of aesthetics and design are the same thing. But largely in terms of the way this car is able to give a more better practical experience in terms of how much is the range and the charge time. And it comes with a standard 22 kilowatt charger, home charger, which takes it from I think 10 to 80% or maybe 0 to 100% or whatever, who cares about it, in just 4.5 hours. And if you use an 11 kilowatt one, that takes around 8.5 hours. So that's fine, you can just plug it and leave it at night and it will get the job done. The steering is so much more improved. Yeah, the steering is much improved. So it's quicker now. It has more feel and feedback as well. It's again not the best in terms of feel and feedback, but still it's improved from before. So yes, it feels better to drive. Body roll is well contained, but obviously there's quite a lot of body roll because the suspension seems a bit soft. It's not really soft. Actually, the air springs gives it that floaty feel when you're driving in comfort mode. So it's got adaptive dampers, it's got air suspension, and the ride height can be varied by 76 mm. So 176 mm is the standard ride height, which can be increased by 50 mm when you're driving it off-road. So in that off-road mode, you can do that. And the various drive modes, they alter the engine. The gearbox is not there in this car, so it doesn't alter the gearbox. It also alters the suspension and the steering wheel of the vehicle. So yes, in dynamic mode, it feels quite sprightly, but it also drinks a lot of juice from the battery. It actually drops the ride height by 26 mm at speeds of about 120 kilometers per hour. So realistically speaking, this car actually, okay, we're going to turn inside here. This car actually has a range of, ground clearance range, which can be altered by 76 mm, which is quite a lot. Oh my god, look at the performance. It pulls nice and strongly. Okay, I like the brake pedal feel also. Brakes are nice and strong. So overall, there's not much I have to I can complain about. I can put it on off-road to go through this off-road section, but never mind. I will do it in dynamic mode only because the ground clearance is just a lot. And the black pack actually gives it some black treatment on the side as well. So yes, you get those on the side moldings or something of that sort. So yes, it is filled with a lot of cosmetic things, but the other variant which I showed you in the start of the video, the SUV, it had a lot of features missing somehow. It did not have seat ventilation, heating, even massage was missing there. So yeah, it handles well. The ride is actually very impressive in this car, and the battery actually weighs around 750 kgs. Yeah, it's a heavy battery because yeah, battery is everything in this car. They have got 50-50 weight distribution, which is supremely impressive as well. So 600 kilometers range here. For the SUV, it is 582 kilometers. So this is faster compared to the SUV. It is more efficient as well, and I will say it's better to drive too because of better aeros. So these things definitely matter in making this car much more dynamic and fun. Okay, here we go. I like the way there is so much quality in this car. It's like full of quality. In fact, I honestly feel that Audi should also get the Q8 in India because that has triple motors, 3 motors. Obviously, the range isn't as good because with triple motors, the weight will also increase, performance will also increase. There's an aircraft landing, you guys can't see it, but I'll definitely show you an aircraft landing while driving also. Brakes are very sure-footed. Yeah, a little bit judder under heavy braking. Let's quickly change the cluster mode. We get into settings, we get into display and brightness, Audi virtual cockpit, e-tron mode. Yes, change it now, please. And let's get into the home menu. There's nothing here, honestly. So, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, hazard lights off, traction control is off. Even with traction control off, there is no wheel spin here. Nope. Here, and off we go. Because of the e-quattro all-wheel drive system, absolutely no wheel spin. It channels all the power beautifully well. And now we're going to get into reverse. It's actually having good visibility, and definitely the camera quality super duper awesome. I love the way they've done the quality of the screens. Fantastic here. So this is underpinned by the MLB Evo platform. It is not a dedicated Born Electric platform. No. It is not that at all. And we're going to come to a halt here. Why are we doing that? Because you guys need to see what lies ahead. It takes a little bit time to respond for this. I don't know why it does not respond as fast. So there an aeroplane is landing right now. I'm surprised you can't see it at all because the car's view is such. Okay, there it is. Yeah, amazing shooting around the airport today. So this car has got recalibrated steering. The chassis and suspension all have been recalibrated to make the drive experience so much better. And I love the peppy performance. Only thing is the sound is that whine from the electric motor. So it's not very fun in that regard. And then obviously this car dates back all the way to 2015 when the concept was actually unveiled. In 2018 they actually got a production model out, unveiled it. 2019 they started sales of the vehicle, and in 2020 they also unveiled the Sportback. In India they launched it in 2021. In 2022 it already got a facelift as well. So yeah, things have been moving really fast. In fact, this is not the first electric car in India. That was actually the Mercedes EQC, which did not sell well, but this car has sold really well. This is the first luxury EV which has managed to sell really well. In fact, the top end Sportback was priced at around 1.33 crores. Now the price will obviously increase by I think 7 to 8 lakhs. So the price is going to be around 1.4 crores on road Mumbai, making it well decently priced because the competition is also similarly priced. If I talk about the Jaguar I-Pace, 1.31 crores on road Mumbai. If I talk about the BMW iX, 1.33 crores on road Mumbai, and 3 lakhs more for the Sportback model. Let's change the view here. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. I don't feel that 2500 kgs of weight, so they managed the weight pretty well in this car. And I'm going to do the brake test to show you how is the braking performance. And onto the brakes. Now you feel the weight, of course. And the hazard lights turn on and they turn off as well. So guys, this is my vlog of the Audi Q8 e-tron. It is basically the e-tron with a new name and better in almost every possible way, in fact. And around the corners also, it feels so much better too. I really like this car, and I think it's one of the best electric cars in the market right now. If you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up. That's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye bye.